Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat and welcome to another edition of Sports Corner PH interviews for this Tuesday, the 15th of October 2024. And tonight, makakasama po natin ang isa sa mga players ng Philippine Women's Ice Hockey Team or collectively known as Philippine Eagles na kamakailan ay nagwagi po ng bronze medal sa ginanap na Union Ice Hockey tournament which was held sa Al Ain, UAE. And actually, this is actually two bronze medals. Both the men's and the women's teams have already earned their third place honors from that said competition. And me right now, and with me right now is one of those players right now. He is a Filipina Canadian ice hockey player who is now part already of our Philippine national training pool and of course getting a lot of buzz there in our Sports Corner PH page for exceptional performance there in the Union Ice Hockey Tournament. So let's bring them in. Miss Jasmin Alcido to the show. Miss Jasmin, welcome to Sports Corner PH and thank you for joining us in this Zoom interview.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
By the way, Jasmine, this is actually your first time or the second time already that we
This is the second time.
ah
Uh,
I remember. So this is
yeah,
actually our second conversation right now from you because during one of the interviews you were there in Thailand, no?
yes, in Thailand for Firebirds.
All right. And luckily that you were part actually of the Philippine Eagles women's ice hockey team that have won the bronze medal in the recent Union Ice Hockey Tournament. So how are you doing right now? You are currently back in Canada, right? And you actually you actually continue to train for this and even the National Ice Hockey League in the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm back in the Philippines now actually. So I'll be staying here for almost 8 months. So I'm back in the Philippines now. We just arrived the other day. Um, I don't know, just trying to settle down from all the travel and all the fun from the tournament. So
Part of Pandan, which is basically comprised of teammates from different ice hockey clubs and even the national team. What of team designated for women, and of course, it creates a sounding impact also to Philippine hockey in general.
I sorry, can you repeat? It got cut out.
What's your okay? So I have to fix the microphone first. Okay,
So
are your thoughts on the recent success of Team Pandan along with your teammates within the national team and of course having a all women's ice hockey league in the country creates a sounding impact to the Philippine ice hockey in general.
I don't know. I think it was super great just to see all the girls being brought together for the sport. Obviously, hockey is not as big as a sport as it is in Canada here in the Philippines, but I think creating that league is a step in the right direction for women's hockey and hockey in general. Just to see all the young girls being brought together with some of like the older players from the national team to see how they can look up to them and how we can act as role models for younger girls. It's super important and it's super um, I'm super grateful for the opportunity to act as a role model to some of those girls and just to go out there and share the love of the sport and for everyone to have that space to share the love for hockey. It was super great.
All right, Miss Jasmine, you have been in the country for several months now because you're actually based and from Canada, and you decided to move to the Philippines for good to try out for the Philippine national hockey team. Uh, What was your initial concerns on your playing in the country compared, let's say, differences compared to competing in Canada and, of course, playing in the Philippines, along with your new teammates, new environment, and new friendships that have made?
I think some of the early like concerns was just we didn't really know how it was gonna be with the ice time, how often I was gonna be able to get on, and just adapting to the new environment, the new organization, and how different everything is run because everything is run on a much smaller scale, so you have to kind of adjust to that. But um, I think as soon as I met a lot of the girls, especially the ones on the national team and the ones we went to UAE with, it kind of put a lot of my concerns away. It's a great group to be around, so it made it a lot of fun, and it just makes me more excited to go to the rink whenever I can. So I think my initial concerns are, pretty much gone, and now I'm just looking forward to where we can go with this team now.
And since you have been represented the Philippines for quite some time, because this is actually not the first time that you have competed internationally, you were actually part of the Firebirds team that have participated in a tournament in Thailand. Oh, sabihin natin, what was your impressions, by the way, when you finally get the chance to represent your motherland in the international soil?
Honestly, it's amazing feeling, especially this tournament compared to Thailand. Like, oh, we got to wear the Philippine jerseys, the official jerseys, and to be able to put on that jersey, it was very special, and I know it meant a lot to my family, especially my dad watching from Canada. I think, um, just being able to, go out there and play the game that I love and be able to represent not only the Philippines, but also my family. I think it meant a lot to them, and I know when I got back, they were really proud of me, and just know that this is like a long journey. This is just the start of representing the Philippines, but also making my family proud. So yeah.
Okay, growing up in a different setting in Canada, of course, there's some times that you miss your parents there in Canada, but they actually proud of what you have transpired, what you have achieved so far in this competition, and of course, it is an amazing feeling that you have been represented the Philippines in the international competition in UAE, along with your teammates from the national team. What was your reaction upon seeing the parents watching via live streaming, monitoring those plays for different in the different games, and winning one of the MVPs in the match? What was your priceless reaction upon seeing the parents watching the games?
I think the whole tournament, I was just kind of in awe and shock of where I am, what I'm able to do now. I think I'm just so grateful for my parents. They helped me, get to this point. It's been so long that I've been playing hockey, so I think just being able to take a step back after the tournament and seeing, what I've been able to do in that tournament and seeing how proud, my parents are, super thankful towards them because it's been so long. It's been a long journey for us, and to see them, feel so proud and be so happy for this moment, it meant a lot. And just even them watching online, me just chatting them after the game online as well. It just makes me miss them, seeing them at the games. But I know that they're always watching whenever I'm on the ice, and it means a lot to me. And just to know that they're always there to support me and always there to be along my journey. Even since I was 6 years old, they've always been there. So to be able to make them proud, and um, it just means a lot.
Okay, growing up with a countless experience doing ice hockey in Canada. Uh, of course, it is a plus for you to have some solid international stints in Canada that you help in this journey of being part of the national team for the Philippines.
I think just coming from Canada, there's so many good players. I was able to learn so much when I was there. Um, and just being able to, play in an environment where it's so competitive, where you're always forced to get better, and just you're grown to have that mindset of always just getting better. So, coming here, bringing that to the Philippines, hopefully you can, bring that to a lot of girls in the program, just to bring kind of as a spark and energy, just bring some extra compete level to the practices, to whenever we're on the ice, and just to bring a different mindset that we're gonna get better, and this is just the start.
And with this growth that you have succeed in this competition, what are the fundamentals that you have used for this competition to better be improved and to have a positive mindset in competing against top opponents there in a union tournament?
I think just growing up around the game so much, you learn so much, not only with what you do on the ice, but how you think. I think that's the main thing, is just to never be happy with what you have, to always be hungry for more. And I think coming into this tournament, I definitely wanted to prove something to not only myself, but this is one of the first times I was able to compete with the girls on the national team, and to have our coach be our head coach be my head coach for the first time. So to have something to prove to not only them but to myself and everyone at that tournament, I think was huge for me, and huge thing to my success at the tournament.
Okay, prior to this competition, you were actually hold a fundraiser for this national team stint, and many of your friends, families, and even acquaintances have actually donated some huge amount of Canadian dollars to you in this campaign. Were you surprised that even though you didn't surpass the goals of reaching this target, many of our kababayans have pledged to support your journey and support the dreams of an ice hockey player from Canada that have committed to play for the Philippines?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little surprising at first to see all the support, because you never really want to expect too much at the beginning, but to see all the support from friends, family, everyone, and people I've met through hockey, it's just super great feeling, because you know that people are there to support you no matter what. Even though we don't really know what's going to happen within the next, few months to a year, I know that there's people that will have my back and will support me no matter what, whether it's, here in the Philippines, or back at home in Canada. I know people will support me, and the people who I've met through hockey, and the people who have just been there along my journey, who have give to that fundraiser, and just but also just to given their verbal support or anything. It just means a lot, and just to know that they have my back no matter what, it's super great.
All right, and let's go to the preparations for this Union tournament. What was your take about your preparations for the tournament? I know you have been competed in the WPHL, that used as a tune-up tournament for the Pinays. But tell us more about the training program that the coaches have given to you and your fellow teammates for this competition. And what was your target during this tournament?
Yeah, so for preparation, we obviously had like the WPHL games where we got to play every weekend. And that was great to get a look at, who I would be playing with and kind of the team that would be going to UAE. We also had, a couple practices before we went to UAE to practice as a team, um, just to get a feel of the chemistry and what it would feel like to play with each other once we got to UAE. Um, I think we also like had a couple like workout sessions and with PSC, so we're able to get to know each other there as well. But just being on the ice as much as you can before the tournament is super important, and just getting a feel, getting confidence before we leave is super important as well. I think for goals coming into the tournament, I think as a team we definitely knew like we wanted to medal 100%. We wanted gold at the end of the day and we fell short, but I think we were still proud of where we ended up and how we played in that tournament. I think it's just a great stepping stone for future, international tournaments. So I think maybe we'll fall short on this one, but I think it's a great step for the future. And for myself, I know I set goals where I wanted to stand out. I didn't want to just sit back and play where I know I can and just be comfortable. I wanted to push myself any chance I could and challenge myself against any team that we played against. So I think those were the goals I set for myself, and I know the goals we had for our team as well.
What about the gelling between you and your teammates during practices and even in the tournament itself?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat
What
that
about the
again?
gelling between you and your teammates upon playing in practices and tournaments?
Um, I don't know. It was super great. Like with our team, I think I hadn't had a lot of experience playing with a lot of the national team girls, but I think over the 10 days we were in UAE and the practices before, we just got a lot closer. We built a lot more chemistry. And I think we saw that on the ice as we got better as a team, as we kind of worked better as lines and we worked better together rather than as individuals. And I just think all the off ice stuff and everything we did, before games, after games, or on our off days made us so much closer and it translated on the ice. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's observe what happened in the recent Union Ice Hockey Tournament in Al Ain, UAE. You were competed against different rivals from Middle East countries, even India were there in this competition. But what was the game that you changed yourself, that you have transpired with, and what are your improvements so far in competing against different rivals? And seems that there is actually a great hope for the Philippine ice hockey team to succeed in the next competitions as well. Your take and assessment on what happened in the Union Ice Hockey Tournament. The Philippines got bronze medals there.
I think overall we did really well. I think we just fell short on one game. So the way our tournament was scheduled, I think each team kind of got better every day. We played better teams every day, and I think that was, really fortunate for us. The only game that I think we kind of struggle with and kind of let slip from us was the game against Al Dhabi, which is from UAE, so their home team. And we lost to them, but I think that was a great, reminder and also a great learning point for me to see kind of the rivalry that I think the Team Philippines and UAE has, especially when they go to international tournaments. I heard about it a bit, and just to kind of see it firsthand was super cool, but also brings a lot of hunger for the future. I think after that game, we grew a lot as a team. We all were super, frustrated at the loss, but I think the game after we played Iran, we played great, and I think we had to play Russia, which was the gold medal team in that tournament, and they were a great team and very good team, skilled, and I think we only lost to them 2-1, and we played probably one of the best games we played, and we were the only team that gave them a hard time. And I think I was super proud of the way we bounced back from that loss earlier in the tournament. I think just the way we're able to, use that loss and use it as fuel, as hunger for, this next tough team was super important, and also just to see the improvement, to see the hunger, to see the growth from even just from a few days prior. Is super important, and it's a great step for the future. Just to also use that loss moving forward into future competitions.
And since you competed in your very first, actually the second one, as part of the Philippine national team, uh, what are the changes that you have sabihin natin, implement in your style of play and of course the adding up new skills during this competition?
Yeah, I think just the changes I had to make is just stepping into kind of a bigger role. Just trying to be as much of a producer as I can, both on the offensive side, but I think now just learning the defensive side of the game and trying to grow more in that area and be a bigger part of the team in that area. I know joining this team, joining the Philippines, I know I have to, step up, and I can't, just do one thing and be okay at other things. I know I have to step up, and playing on the defensive side is one of those things. And this tournament, I think, is another step in the right direction. But I think there's a lot more growth to do, especially seeing the competition we'll have in the future. Just to take that, learn from it, and hopefully be better once we see those teams again.
In your opinion, you didn't expect that the team have already clinched the podium finish there in this competition. And with this bronze medal piece in mind, are you looking forward for a bigger milestones for our national team in the next competitions? And since you have actually won the best forward position, the very first individual award as part of the Philippine team. Were you surprised that you actually won that award? And it is also a great boost also to your fellow teammates that have contributed and credited for this honor.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm surprised because I know I put in a lot of work towards that. I know I did enough to prove that I, deserved it, but I also know my team did enough as well to help me get to those positions to get that award. You can't score goals by yourself. You can't win games by yourself. And so my teammates were a huge part in that award. Points don't come, just by yourself. You have to pass the puck. You have to, do things the right way to get these awards, and they're all a part of that. And I think just to see the support I've gotten from them when I got that award, it means a lot. And I know that um, maybe with another team I wouldn't have gotten that same award. I think for the future, though, I think this team has so much potential. Just seeing it from this tournament in the few months I've been here, I really know that this team can go somewhere if we really put in the work, if we get the support we need. Um, for future competitions, for AOC, for Sea Games. I know if we put in the work and we get enough things, get enough ice, get enough resources that we need to have success, I know we can do it. And um, that's not just because of one person. That's not just because of individual awards. It's because I believe that everyone on that team, everyone in this program is capable, and that we're all able to achieve goals like that in the future.
What are the things that you are looking forward in the succeeding months for the Philippine national team? What are the tournaments lined up for the competition? And did you actually resume training for those competitions that have set to compete in the next months and even next year?
Um, we're hoping to have AOC at the kind of beginning-ish of next year, hopefully March, April, but we're not completely sure. And then we have Sea Games in December of 2025, I believe. So that's what we're looking forward to in the future. We're not sure if we're going to have any other tournaments in between, but we're also going to have like the PMHL League here in the Philippines. So where we'll have the Philippine Eagles team, which is just made of the girls, where we'll compete against some of the other clubs and teams here in the Philippines, and that will be, where we'll be able to work together, where we'll be able to practice, to grow, and to just build, build, and build and build before those tournaments. So yeah, I'm just super excited to get to work with them and to get to work with the rest of the national team who couldn't come to UAE, just to see the growth and hopefully get to where we need to go come those tournaments.
And lastly, even though we are living in a tropical country without snow or ice, do you think the Philippines has a great potential in scouting and producing more talents locally and internationally to be at par and excel in international competitions, especially competing against the best of the best in the world? And with this WPHL already underway, do you think that this will be succeeding in the years to come?
Yeah, I think there's so much potential here in the Philippines. Obviously, we don't have a lot of ice right now, but I think there's so much growth that's happening now, and that can happen, especially with this women's league, for the little girls and the little kids to see us. That's the first step in them wanting to play hockey. That's the first step in them, finding their love for the sport and finding any reason to want to play and get better and compete for the future. There's so much potential, even now, just seeing it for, the couple years coming. We have a lot of potential to do great and find success. But I think with the start of the league and just to see the growth and the amount of girls that are playing here, you never know what can happen, right? I think once we get more ice, we make it more available to the girls and all to all the kids playing. I think we can be just as good as those best teams in the world, right? It just comes to availability. If they're able to see it, they can beat it, right? I don't know. I just think there's so much potential. The girls here are great, and I believe if we get the right support and we have the right resources, we can really be something good.
All right, and again, congratulations on your remarkable feat in the recent Union Ice Hockey Tournament. And some supporters have actually thanked you, some teammates and the national team for a job well done and congratulated you on this honor. So please honor them and thank all those who have supported the campaign of Team Pilipinas in this competition. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to all my teammates who came with us to UAE. It was so fun. Every single one of you made it so fun to just be there, to play hockey, but also just to, be a kid, have fun with the girls. Made it a blast, made it a fun 10 days, and I'm gonna miss it for sure. I want to say thank you to Coach Yupe, to Tita Melda for, organizing this. I know it's a lot of work, so thank you. To PSC to help funding this tournament. We couldn't go to these tournaments without the support, so it means a lot. I want to say thank you to my parents who, saw this whole journey out, and hopefully it's starting to pay off now. I just want to say thank you to them to making this whole thing possible, to, investing in this. Hopefully I made them proud, and I don't know, just everyone back home in Canada who's still supported me, and just made this super fun. So yeah, thank you.
And of course, we look forward for more interviews with you if ever that the country have already clinched hopefully the gold medal there in the competition, and we look forward for more success to come for our Philippine Eagles, Philippine women's ice hockey team in different competitions. By the way, is that included in the 2025 SEA Games in Thailand?
Yes, I plan to be there. I plan to go back home and start university before that, but I definitely plan to come back and to compete with the girls for sure.
By the way, you have mentioned university right now, Miss Jasmine. That was your actually one of the goals of competing in a Canadian university and scouting in different U.S. or Canada-based ice hockey teams to have plenty more experience there that you will use for this next competitions lineup for you.
Yeah, that's the goal to keep playing competitively and playing university is a big part of that. Um, hopefully this being here and playing in these types of tournaments and earning these awards kind of helps me reach those opportunities in Canada or in the US. But for right now, I'm just trying to think of the Philippines and focus on what I'm doing here, and then once that time comes, I'll figure it out.
All right, and this is noted. And thumbs up po tayo para sa ating group picture. One, two, three. Again, Miss Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us for this interview, and we hope to speak to you again, even though malalim na ang English ko. Kasi alam mo naman, purely Tagalog speaking ako. So, we look forward for more achievements for the Philippine women's ice hockey team, especially you. And of course, that added bonus nga itong Best Forward Award na nakuha mo dyan sa Union Tournament. Again, congratulations and hope to see you soon and we look forward to meeting you personally soon. Salamat po and bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.